and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, I did some good writing today, so I get to enjoy myself a little bit because I've been working hard for you. That said, go to 25,000yearcycle.org because everything I'm about to share is stymied, is destroyed by us making the effort, which is no effort at all when you're getting your products from people who love you. It is actually just like strengthening to see how much those of us out here will work to fortify you. Go and support Dr. She and myself at 25,000 Year Cycle, where you're going to get your healing on. Now, that said, this is Jeremy O. Harris. Let me preface this by saying that I wish nobody any harm whatsoever. They're on the extra hunt for sane Black people. That is, those who know the only perpetuation of a society that's going to happen is in one that is compassionate towards its own and leaves other people the hell alone, all right? Jeremy O. Harris is the playwright of the stage show that was a bomb over here in the States, Slave Play. And this is a capture from the play itself, a scene from the play where I don't know what the hell the surrounding story is, but this is so disgusting that it doesn't matter. Even if during the storyline she wakes up and recognizes that this character is out of her daggone mind, this is salacious. There are more than enough ways to imply wrongful behavior without indulging in depth into the very bad behavior on the character's part. And so slave play, that is a term that swirlers apply to interacting with their owners. And they're supposed to be pretend owners, but they're real owners. Because when you are a member of an oppressed society, where you're in a relationship with a member from the society that is oppressing you, you cannot, and that person gets their self-esteem from your oppression, your submission to them being better than you are. You can never be honest. You can never have compassion fully for your own, because compassion isn't just words. It's in your deeds, where you would recognize, even walking down the street in that type of relationship sends a very wrong signal to your surrounding community that the oppression is over. And no, it's not, and the Cheryl share that with you. Now, just to emphasize, it's not just confused, self-loathing Black women who engage in this activity. Here's another. This is a betrothal right here, where this Black-like man was asking his Becky to marry him, and he was dressed up as if he was her slave. This is not funny. This is not cute in any way, shape, or form. When you contemplate, if you honor our ancestors, and the only people who would be allowed to portray our ancestors in any regard to the level and the depth of the harm that was done to them would be those who still feel that pain, and we do. That's why at this point in time, most of us are sick of slave plays. We're sick of just constantly pretending as if slavery is the only reality that our souls have ever known, and that's not the case at all. We don't need to imitate a British royalty. We invented the meaning of royalty, and in a far better, more egalitarian manifestation than any European house of oppression ever dared to consider. And so, yeah, you got Black men out there who, you gone. as Dr. Africa said, interracialism is homosexualization. And because you're not bowed down in a honor of your duty as a man, you're bowed down to her daddy. You're hoping and praying that her daddy will approve of you. Otherwise, she wouldn't be good enough for you. You'd be able to acknowledge the technology that these people employ to keep us down. Now, Jeremy O'Harris, when this show shut down in New York, it was on some back street theater, and I know the theater it was at. I just can't recall it because it's been a long time since I hung out on the lower east side. That said, I don't know what he's been up to since then. Maybe he's been excelling in his career, but I doubt it. So probably his white friends and even his maybe black friends who would approve of who and what he is and he means to do against us, said to him, well, we got an idea. Why don't you take slave play? Rather than writing a whole nother story over again that would just start afresh and be something that would be outside of the insult that he should have recognized that his storyline is to us, which is what a person who actually loves black people would do. Somebody either suggested to him, or he suggested himself, or somebody just went and hired him to go over to the UK and open the play there, and Kit Harington from Game of Thrones. It's his production company. I don't think that he's starring it. I don't really care. But it's West End play tells white theater goers they aren't welcome, as it hosts all black audience nights at Kit Harington production to protect ticket holders from the white gaze. What do you mean? This one? The one of lust? Trust and believe, there was never any problem getting if that was your preference, a pale person to go to bed with you anytime in history. I mean, these folks, and I'm not trying to put them down. I'm just saying, let's look at the data. You see, they wanted to show this dude. I remember how they twist their newspapers. I don't remember the name of this person, but this is a photo, I would guess, from the 1920s, 1930s. And they were trying to say that this actor, it was the first cross-dresser ever in history. And oh, hell no, it wasn't. Under no circumstances was it. I don't want to hear it. This isn't a costume. This is this dude genuinely posing like he envies the women who back then, I thought this is what they want to return to their great days when women were women and men were men. Amongst them, there never was the day. I'm not saying that, they didn't have upstanding, trying to do right white people, but obviously whatever ones were out there trying to do that, it has never been enough to get us to live in peace without them just trying to micromanage everything about our destiny. So I just don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. When they like to present themselves, and they're doing just double time to make it seem as if we are the source of wokery. Our insistence that we are a separate, unique people, that gives us a right to perpetuate ourselves as we were not made by white people. Their insistence that they are just above perfection and thereby they deserve to pass a judgment on who we are and what we do, and they use their media to get that done. They've known about this quote forever. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. And these dudes are like, they own those hospitals trying to talk children into surgically castrating themselves, sterilizing themselves, and they run the public full system so that outside of the parents' knowledge, they're telling children that they could be the opposite sex. That is, I mean, levels of evil that I don't think that even the one that you can't even say, except, you know, you hit a ball with a baseball bat and you watch it just lure itself across the field. I'm just saying, all right? Not so well, but you get what I mean. So if we were so into this wokery, like they want to make us seem, and like I'm kind of guessing they're going to do their best to get Michelle Obama into the presidency in order to once again appear as if, well, look, we're not racist. We got Michelle in there. But she's so into wokery. We can't stand her. Let's burn them all down. That's going to be them, okay? But if we were so into it, how come Billy Porter is soon going to be homeless? No tears, no tears. Okay, I'm not saying whether I'm capable of, you know, having the tears flow, but I doubt it. I'm just saying I don't wish anybody any harm. But when it comes to Silly, he burned his bridge the minute he started to try to cross over it. It was just cinders with us. And now, not only is his Manhattan apartment gone, but now he has to sell his New York home for $2.5 million. It ain't too much in New York of striking estate if it's only $2.5 million. Not that I don't have one, but I ain't looking for one, and I surely wouldn't be bowing down like this dog does in order to get anything from these people who are destroying the very planet. And so it's not surprising that, as they say here, West End Play tells white theater goers they aren't welcome, because this gets all the white people mad. How racist, and they don't see the play itself as the original racism. They don't want to. They don't need to. They love hating us. It is a vent for all their disappointment in their own. You never see white people doing any close analysis of their cultural mores. You see them examining other societies like, ooh, the pygmy Hottentots engage in this ritual dancing in order to pick a mate. They'll just, wax all analytically eloquent about it. But when it comes to themselves, it's just like, that's just the way normal people are supposed to be. But they're destroying the planet. Obviously, there's a pathology there. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. See, I ain't a swirler. I don't care if I hurt your feelings trying to figure out how to keep a planet for everybody. That makes a lot of daggone sense, and that means we have to figure out what is wrong with these people and how we can work around what they're never going to fix so we can fix ourselves. That's why I write my books. That's why I make my products. That's why Dr. She does what he does. Because when you get that healing, you're not going to want the insult, the amazing just lunacy that always comes from these people and their white gaze. I'm appalled that any playwright would contemplate segregating theater audiences. I ain't into segregation. Separation is not segregation. It's something that is natural. The planets have separated. All the planets all awful to each other? Your organs inside your body are separated. If they were all mushed up together as one, you'd be dead because you jumped off that bridge before it incinerated. Okay? So these people, there's no working it out with them. There's no figuring it out because they've managed to make it seem as if this is pro-black, as if insulting. I mean, this is so profoundly insulting to our ancestors as cannot be believed. How could you make it seem like any sane, any mildly aware black person would even want to go to this damn theater? But if you don't know and you're a black person over in the UK, you might make that mistake. They're trying to stave off the fact that every time they do this crappy stuff over here, we reject it. We reject it. We don't want to disappear from existence, no matter how much they try to talk us into believing that's what we really want. No. But they got these dudes. Oh man, they got these dudes. Because they're pimped out on perversions that are so hypnotizing for them, for whatever reasons, that they are willing to forego building stable families in order to get that little titillation. So they'll sell us out in a hot second and won't think twice about it. Go over to a whole nother country and continue to sell us out. So that all we are is a bunch of ghetto gaggers for folks who have no problem screwing dogs. If you're not that person, I'm not talking about you, no matter what race you are. I'm just saying, don't let me look for those pictures. Because every other day, there's new stories coming out about what these dudes do at the key parties, at the, all this, like, George Gershwin and all the perverted sick stuff he was into. I'm just saying, that's just not us. I don't care how much they try to make it seem like it's about who we are. We know it's a lie. I'm just scrolling through my Instagram. I've got so many Black love channels that I am following, but I love our sisters Chelsea Davenport, and this one is just wonderful. When you just don't give 2 years about fitting in with these folks. Hey, everybody here, these are just Black men standing up, saying it loud. They are who they are, and they got no shame. We got sisters doing the same thing, and we got them in the millions. Brothers and sisters finding each other, creating beautiful Black babies. We're good. We are waking up. We ain't woke. That's past tense. That's over. We are waking up because every day you learn something new is your greatest day ever. All right? All right. I told you about this spot, right? 25000yearcycle.org. And you can also donate anywhere from $1 to $5, whatever you can do to assist me in the work that goes into being here for us. Because you see, when you got that buck, you can shove all kinds of crap down people's throats, and we need the good stuff, and that's only coming from a small producers and manufacturers and builders. And so go to $Radical Sister on Cash App. You could donate there, or you could go to my Patreon account and donate there. You help inspire me and help me to just keep forging ahead with no hesitation. That's a fact, all right? All right. Straight Black pride is the stepping stone to healthy Black families that own forever. Peace and blessings. Love you.